Wall Street shakes, and we all shake. Iran stops exporting oil, and we all run scared. We know that there's great uncertainty in this life. And we feel it ourselves. We feel it in our own waywardness and our own lack of tenacity. And so you know what we do. We try to get that stability. We try to get that security. And we try to take the attributes of a purely temporary mental and physical life, and we try to parlay them into the attributes of life as we think it should be. And so you know what happens. We get the education, and we try to exchange the degree for the best job possible. Not so that we can serve humanity, most of us, or so that we can make the world a better place, but so that we can get more money, so that we can live with some kind of stability and some kind of security. And then, you know, as the years pass, we try to trade up our cars and our houses to somehow try to get some security into our life and some sense of stability. And then we try to get the best life insurance and medical package that we can, hoping that somehow we'll be able to guard against these uncertainties that make life so shaky and uncertain. And then we try to get a good position in our jobs. We try to establish ourselves in a position where those underneath us can't undermine us. And we try to establish our stability in relationship to our colleagues or against the interests of our rivals. So, of course, life becomes a very anxious process because you're always trying to make yourself stable and secure. You know, it's the same with the whole business of happiness. Somehow we feel we were made for an eternal experience. And we feel we were made for the serenity and the peace and the exhilaration of eternity. And we feel that somehow we should experience that serenity and peace of Walden Pond, and then it should be combined with all the wild excitement of the Arabian Nights, and somehow it should be possible to get a South Sea island where we can feel all that. And so we try to feel it. And you know we do. We try to use experiences and try to use relationships to somehow extract from life that mixture of wild excitement and of great serenity and peace that we feel we were made for. And yet, however many relationships we use, however many people we prostitute, however many experiences we try to produce, however much we try to calm our anxiety chemically, yet at the end of it all, we're left with a sense of emptiness and loneliness, instead of the sense of conviviality and excitement and exhilaration that we think we should have. And we're left with a kind of anticlimax, and you might almost say a sense of desolation, instead of the happiness and the excitement of eternity. And it's the same with who we are. I don't know that there's one of us here that doesn't feel a bit like Milton, you know, that we were born for some great thing. And we do. We feel it deep down, don't we? Every one of us. You see, you think you're the only one who feels it. But the person beside you feels it. See, you think you're more individual than me, but you're not. I feel I'm more individual than you. We all feel the same. We all feel we're very different. And we all have different little twists that make us special. And we feel we are special, and we are significant, and we are important, and somebody must know we're here. Somebody must know that we've passed through this vale of tears. Somebody must know what we've done. Somebody, somewhere, somehow, must know us, ourselves. And yet we have a terrible feeling that nobody does. And the gold watch on retirement day is a kind of sweet, sour thing. You know, we joke about it, and Yet we have a funny feeling that that's probably all we'll mean to those that we work with over 30 or 40 years. And of course what Jesus says is, you see those feelings that you have, those aspirations, those feelings that you should have the security of an eternity. Those feelings that there is a happiness beyond what you've experienced. Those feelings that you have that you should be able to break out of the earthbound existence that you're in. Those feelings are there because that's right. That's true. You were made to live forever. You were made to be important. You were made to be happy beyond your dreams. You were made not to have to fear whether Iran cuts off the oil or whether you lose your job. You were made for eternity. That's what Jesus says. But he says it's a gift. It's a gift. You have this body, this physical life. And inside it, you have your psychological being, your mind and emotions and your will. And inside that again, if you can talk about inside at all in regard to this subject, you have spirit. You have a part of you that is sending up all those aspirations. And that spirit is at the moment dead, and that's why you feel such emptiness. And the reason you can't fill it is you're trying to get at it from a mental and emotional and physical level, and you can't. And what Jesus said was, the only way that spirit can come alive and give life to your mind and emotions and to your body so that you live forever is if the person who made you brings that spirit of yours alive by the action and the energizing of his own eternal life. And that's the only way it'll ever come about. And Jesus said, that's a gift. That gift of life from my Father is something that God has to give you. And when he gives you it, everything comes alive inside you. And your mind and emotions begin to work right, and your body begins to operate right, and you stop trying to squeeze out of people and other things life. You begin to have life inside. And you begin to sense the real joy of the love of the one significant other in the whole universe, that he is your own personal Father, and that he knows your name, and that he's put you here for a special purpose. And you begin to sense your identity in this universe. And you begin to feel, most of all, of course, that he will not see you go down in the dirt. That he will be right there every moment, whatever Iran does, or whatever the stock market does.